All right, yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm not gonna lie, we ain't skipping no steps. We going straight balls to the wall, balls to the wall. So number one, I have to say this quietly. I think I lost my social security and ID. Yeah, I can't say that too loud. I think I threw it away. I'll be real. How did I throw it away? I don't know. Apparently, it's some super important adult stuff. Well, I no longer have it in hand physically, so I got one reissued to me. It'll be on the way, I guess. As for the ID, I'm gonna have to go get one issued. It'll cost me a few bucks, whatever. Yum yum yum. But that kind of sets me back on the whole donations thing. Because if you guys know, I was gonna say I'm gonna run dual akimbos with this donation stuff, and I was gonna go to another institute and get that thing figured out. But obviously I can't sign up because I don't have an ID or social, and you have to have proof of those two items. So for that, that's cool. Secondly, I was able to talk to my bank institute and get some of those payments reversed and figured out. Yada yada yada. Sorry if you guys hear that. That's the guy cutting my grass. Yeah, I was successful getting some of that stuff reversed. For the credit line increase, I don't think I talked to you guys about. I request credit line increases about every 60 days. I got disapproved for that or unapproved for that, which is reasonable. I obviously knew that was gonna happen with the low credit score that I have. Um, or it's not even low. It's like 650. That's not bad. That's average as hell though. Yeah, I got declined for that. And what else? There was something else that was important that I had to tell you guys today. I kind of forget. But I guess we'll talk about my content, right? So if you guys haven't seen on my Instagram account, I and TikTok, I have been posting way more frequently. Yesterday I posted 3 videos. Today I posted 3 videos on TikTok. So that's 6 for 2 days. I feel like that's gonna increase my engagement with my audience and kind of help the algorithm find out where I need to be. So that's something. I was also thinking, should I post those TikToks to my YouTube? And then I was like, nah. And then I was like, okay, what's another way of content that I can make that I could put on my alternative account, which is my Evs OnlyFan clip page. So I was like, okay, I don't have content ideas every single day, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the TikTok stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and implement that into my Instagram. So whatever I make for my TikTok, I'm gonna put in the Instagram, and whatever I make for my Instagram, I'm gonna put in my Instagram on my alt account. So and then all that stuff, the good content is gonna go towards YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of upping my reach, and it seems like it's working. I'm getting a lot more views, and when I don't have content ideas, I'm just gonna go through these YouTube videos right here, drop free game, like cut it up, and put that straight into an Instagram slash TikTok slash something like that. Eventually, it's got to go viral. Eventually, somebody's got to look at it and be like, yo, let me check out his video. Eventually, something like that has to happen. So I'm like, okay, if I just do this consistently every single day or like every once in a while, like I'll increase engagement, and that should help speed up the process a little bit. My YouTube videos have been getting a little bit more traction, just a little bit. I went from averaging 0 viewers to averaging 2 viewers to averaging 4 viewers to now I think I average 15, and that's because some of my videos spike a lot, and they'll go to like 200 plus views. I also noticed having somebody like and comment apparently boost the algorithm. Who would have thought that shit happened? But okay. So that will be something I'm gonna start doing. When it comes to the longer form content, I noticed that people aren't. Well, I can't say that because there is people that are watching it. People aren't technically watching the whole thing, which I wouldn't expect them to. I'll be real. These are long videos, no edits, no cuts, no none of that. It's just straight talking. So I was like, I already know it's not going to be the most consistent on views. As if it's not something flashy and super strobe crazy and brain rotted to the T, no one's just going to sit through it and watch it, or at least a vast majority of people in my age range. So I was like, okay, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, making the relatable content that I make or that I feel is relatable, eventually I'll hit my target audience. And I believe what's happening is the algorithm is kind of feeding it to the right places and seeing, because I'm starting to notice that I'm getting more and more views consistently now, spread out through multiple videos. So it went from like once every 20 videos, I'd get 100 views to now it's like once every 10 videos. And eventually I'm guessing it's going to get to the point of where it's like consistent as hell. So that's why I'm saying if I'm able to kind of split my avenues up, right? And get them all linked to my YouTube, eventually I'm going to find my proper audience on one platform, and that's going to boost the YouTube algorithm to kind of send it to another thing. Um but pause on that real quick and go to what I did for today. So today, to start off, yes, I did contact my bank. Number two, I was able to take a bike ride at like 8 a.m. all the way to the post office. It felt amazing. I wish I had my bike in my room. I usually have it up here as a decoration, but I left it in the garage today. I deep cleaned all the gears and all the chains and everything that had gunk on it. Got some WD-40, sprayed it down. I don't know if that's recommended or not, but it made sense to me. It was the easiest to clean. Plus, it's also a lubricant. So, and it rode perfectly fine. It rode amazing, better than I've ever rode it before. Pause. Um, the ride was so easy. I don't know if it was just the temperature. It was like 78, but it rode so easy, so smooth that I didn't even notice. Matter of fact, I took an extra lap how easy I was riding. I wasn't sweating that crazy. It was cool. The bike was just gliding, it felt like, and it sound a lot louder than it usually is. Like the when I stop pedaling, you know that sound that bikes will make of the gears or the spools just freely spinning. It sound loud, and I actually kind of like the sound. I don't know if that's like weird or what, but it was great. To further elaborate on what I did today or what I had planned, obviously I called the plasma place. I called the what's it called? The bank. I was able to get the item shipped out, and I feel like there's something else I was supposed to do. I don't know. But what I do need to be doing right now, I'm watching some like anime reviews and shit like that. But what I need to be doing is actually studying up on some more culture for where I'm going to, and just see like what's going on. I do need to start thinking about what by my birthday, which is October 30th. Let's see if I can find a day to kind of just go out and see if I can like what flights are looking like around that time, see what I'm going on, because I'm not going near that time. November, December, hell no. Prices are about to be double. I will wait till next year. I will wait till next year. There is no rush. There's no rush. Something else I was thinking about as well. How can I increase my income? So you already know what I do or what I tend to do, and it has been a habit for me is I'll get one thing, I'll start making money, I'll perfect it, and then I'll move to the next thing while using the other one. And I keep doing that. And this whole process has been me starting with flipping items to flipping items and using Depop to flipping items while putting them in Depop and going into eBay and Mercari to flipping those items while making YouTube videos and connecting all my other social medias to that platform to donating blood while doing all those things. And I'm looking for the next item or the next thing I can move into. And I think that would be reselling cars to finally be able to get into that kind of segment, you know? When it comes to the credit game, I know I've talked about like how I want to build my credit so that I can, if I need to, take out loans or whatever. I'll be real, chat. I don't think I really care all too much anymore because what am I taking a loan out for? But I just want to keep all my stuff in the green. As long as it's in the green, I'm good. There are a few things I need to move with that money, but as of the current situation, I think it's better in my bank or in my credit card than it is anywhere else. And I don't want to move it too hastily and then end up needing it later down the road. So, um, I am noticing it's not that I'm short on money. I have plenty to kind of just navigate and chill. And once again, a fail safe is my credit card. I don't want to use it, but That is a very big failsafe that I do have. Rent is due tomorrow. That's something that I'm concerned about as well. I got to go ahead and get that sorted out, get it figured out, which it should be completely fine by the end of the day, if not already fine. I'm trying to think what else was there I had to talk about. I know there was something. You know what? We're just going to talk about everything. Let's just talk about any and everything, right? So to start it off, you guys know, and I always bring this up, you guys know that I talk about just living life willy-nilly kind of and experimenting with stuff. And a lot of my time that I spend has been kind of thinking how, like, okay, let me think of it like this. I've told you guys before of the inner child theory or the inner child strategy that, or mentality that a lot of people try to perfect, and it's very hard for them to do or something like that. And I was telling you guys how I've been able to do it since I was a young kid, and I never knew what the name of it was. And it kind of molded into this thing of where it's like, I've seen a lot of videos where people talk about how the only relationship that matters at the end of the day is your relationship with yourself. So it's kind of went from like the inner child mentality to now the relationship mentality of living life. So I'm thinking about how to navigate through life, not based off of results all too much. I mean, obviously, yeah, but based off of results, and if I was in a relationship, how would I treat that person kind of thing. Or if I was in a relationship, what would be exciting to that person? The only difference is I know everything about that person. So, or I know a damn good amount, you know. I don't know everything about me, but I know a pretty damn good amount in my opinion. So, I'm trying to think of like what relationships would that person want to be having with their friends and family? What relationships would they be seeking? What would they be seeking in said relationship? What would they want to do? How? What does free time look like? What food would you go eat? Like stuff like that. And I'm treating myself like I'm in a relationship with myself. And I've noticed that it I've noticed that it makes me feel like I'm almost lazy, but at the same time, there's times where I'm like, okay, I'm doing way too much. I need to chill out. And today I was thinking about it and I was like, all right, bet. So obviously I was just talking about in the beginning of the video how I lost my ID and my social. And I was like, okay, what if I was dating me and I knew that and I had to give myself advice, what would the advice be? And the advice was, bro, don't stress over it, dude. It's done. It's gone. What sense does it make to go after, you know? Because at first I was like, oh my God, how? And I was like searching everywhere and I was like, you know what? I guarantee I know where I put it, which is the trash. And like, bro, identity theft. Ooh, like you see what I'm talking about? Like I know it's not a laughing matter, but like I'm like like dude, it's nothing serious. So like I said, I was talking to myself as if I was in a relationship, and I was like, bro, just don't even stress about it, bro. Just do what you got to do. It's out of your hands, bro. What are you gonna do? Freak out about it? You know you used to work there. You know the trash is gone. You know it's no longer there. Like it's gone, bro. So just let it be. Again, you can get it back. You can always say, yeah, it's gonna cost you some money to get an ID back, but like it's straight, bro. So I haven't been stressing about that, and I've noticed I've been just a lot more chill. And this morning was a great example of when I was like, okay, if I was, let's say, me myself is a girl, right? What was something that I'd be bragging to her about? Like, what did I do in my day? If she asked me, like, what did you do today? I'd be like, yeah, I hit a 15-mile bike ride, delivered some packages off, made a YouTube video, posted about 6 videos on each of my content platforms, and I went ahead and I went and studied on this new culture and all that stuff, and like it sounds super cool in my head, and like I said, it sounds like something that I'd flex to my girlfriend if I was talking to her. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do today then. And then I was like, maybe I should go hoop too. I was like, maybe I should go hoop. And yeah, I was thinking, and I was like, bro, because if you think about it, right, and this doesn't just go for me, it goes for you guys watching too. If you think about it, when you sleep, when you wake up, when you go take a poop, when you go take a shower, when you're eating food, when you're going to do a chore, when you're getting crucified damn near in the light of everybody else, the last person you have to deal with is you and yourself and your thoughts. So if you're mentally clear about that stuff and you're chilling on it and you don't have any beef with yourself and you don't have any regrets with yourself and you think you lived it to the perfect extent, you're good. And another video that I saw that kind of shifted me to think in that kind of way and stop thinking about what everybody else cares about is it was like a biblical reference that somebody made in a TikTok where they said people care about the opinions of others and they try to be perfect when this same world or these same people crucified a perfect man, referring to obviously Jesus being crucified as a perfect person. And regardless of your religious outtake or your religious outlook on life, if you think about that, it do make sense though. Like you gotta be, like I said, even if you don't believe or you do believe, people really would crucify a perfect man. Like think about it. How many people do you know that are like perfect people? Or you might be what you think of a perfect person. You've done that one thing. And you're not perfect by any means, but you live your best. You've done one thing wrong and people just hold you on that shit for eternity. Like, bruh, come on. I don't see myself as a bad person. I guarantee you right now, no shade to her. If I go to my mom, she can list off 20 bad things I've done in the past month or past year. Probably 100,000 by the end of the next generation. I don't know, bro. She can list a million things. But my thing is behind that, no matter what you do or who you do it for, your reason for doing it, somebody's going to have a problem with it. So why not just do what you want to do at the end of the day? As long as it's legal, a little bit. As long as it's legal and it's something that you want to do, why not do it? So that's what this whole little journey is about pretty much. And that was before I even knew this quote. But yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to do this thing since I was young as hell. So why not do it now? I'm an adult, turning 21. Like, I'm genuinely, and the reason for me doing all of this, and the thought that kind of got me onto this, I don't know if I've talked about it, but a long time ago, back when I was making these videos for the first ever time, back in I think it was 2023, I was thinking to myself, I said it in the video too. I said, I just found out this YouTuber named Quan exists, and he's around my age, and I want to be super competitive because this guy has so much stuff at this age, and I'm so sick and tired of competing. It's so bad, bro. Because no matter what you do, you're not going to win. TJR just got a cone nigga's egg. TJR just got a Kona's egg, bro. TJR just got a Kona's egg. Now, he used to be somebody I looked up to in the trading space and all that. Brez Scales, I just unfollowed him. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it, bro. He got himself a SVR carbon Lamborghini, and then I don't know what he did with that. He also has a GTR or a GT3 RS, and he just bought himself a Brabus G-Wagon, and he's what, 21, 20? Yeah, nah. Quan just wrapped his, what was it, BMW M4 competition and Trackhawk? What? And I'm supposed to be competing with these niggas? Yeah, nah. Coach, go ahead and sub me out the game, bro. I'm done with basketball. So I feel like there's a lot of things that, I don't know if it's just America. I think it's just America. That's why I kind of want to explore outside of the bubble. But there's always this dream fallacy that you're fed where it's like, this is the dream life. You want to be a millionaire. Look at everybody else. They're having so much fun. And no, nigga, it's not fun. It's not, bro, because you have to chase it and you're putting yourself in a state of depression because you're I'm not enough. You keep feeding yourself saying, I'm not enough. Look at what they're doing. Why can't I be like them? Or what do I have to do and change in my life to be like them? And you start overcompensating. You start swallowing yourself. Pause. You start swallowing yourself in these like dark thoughts, and that's where depression comes from. That's where it comes from, and that's where all these bad emotions come from. And yeah, once I was chasing that kind of dream for a bit, where I was doing the whole day trading thing, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy me a Tesla, I'm gonna build my credit, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and I'll do that. The next step after me having that Tesla was going to be to get a what's called a Lamborghini Huracan, an Aston Martin Vantage, a the more likely to happen was going to be a 2024, no, a 2022 wide body Hellcat jailbreak anniversary, 50th anniversary edition. That was literally the next car that I was looking at buying. And it was so serious to where, like, that was the day I had sold my car and I had been looking at this car. I was going to go check it out. I was going to do all these things. And something in the back of my mind was like, bro, just don't do it, bro. And I remember like going to a baby shower or something like that. And I was talking about it with everybody. And I was like, bro, I'm thinking about getting a Hellcat, bro. Like, I was so set on getting that cat. Like, I dead serious within the next month would have bought that car. And I was still mindset on it. Like, even with the thought saying like, don't get it, don't get it. Like, you know you don't want to buy another car, don't get it. Like, go back to the Lexus, bro. Just go back to a chill little beater car that you can pay your money off on and just be good with. And I was like, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna get this car. It got sold eventually, but there were still others on the market. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just listen to the inner thoughts, and I'm not gonna buy the car. I feel like it's gonna be too much stress, and it's gonna be ruling over my life. So I was like, I'm just not gonna get it. People keep asking me why did I get rid of the Tesla? I didn't want the fucking Tesla anymore. Is there a problem? I just didn't want the car. Yeah, it was expensive, but I mean, that was not the main problem for sure. If I genuinely wanted to, I could have gotten another job or I could have kept trading and I would have had enough money to manage it. I just didn't want the car anymore. Shoot. If anybody knows me personally, they know I'm very, what's the word for like the opposite or an antonym for an anonym for being content? I'm not a very content person. So when I get in a situation, it's only a matter of time before I want to get out of it because of how boring it gets to me. And that's why I always thought to the back of my head, I was like, I gotta be an entrepreneur because I need something new every day and I can't work a 9 to 5. I can't. It's like literal poison to my head, bro. That's the stuff that really makes me just want to myself. Cause bro, working every single day and it's the same stuff back to back to back to back to back to back to back for all of eternity, you gotta just end me, bro. Just take me out of my misery, bro. I can't do it. So entrepreneurship was a great alternative because not only do I have infinite scaling of money, it's gonna be more difficult, but I love a challenge. But I can do anything I want within that time period of a day. Why would I not take that opportunity? Like I said, if I have the resources and I have the ability to do it, I will take time. And I took years, 2 to 3 years to just learn skills. And I'm glad I learned them because they make me money now. But I took that much time because I was so dedicated on not having a job because I was like, bro, I can't. And that's why I had to get out of college, bro. I'll be so real. I could not do that shit, bro. I can't. That was so bad. That was what pure torture felt like to me. Like, that was bad, man. And I don't know if it has anything to do with intellect, if it has something to do with a mental disability. I don't know what it is, but I just couldn't do it. It was so bad to me, man. Sitting in class I was excited for the first week. Don't get me mixed up. Like, it was fun. But then, like I said, there was still that one infamous quote that my teacher gave me that was like a switch in the back of my head. And I was like, what am I doing, bro? This is not what I said I wanted to do in my life. And I took a risk. I mean, has the risk paid off yet? I guess, but not really. Life hasn't really changed in an exponential way that I wanted it to. Obviously, I'm not in the situation I wanted to be in, but I kind of halted that, and it kind of stopped itself too. So not only did I halt it, but it stopped itself as well. It stopped itself more than I halted it. But I just don't think I was ready for it yet. I'll be real. It was rather I wasn't ready for it yet, or there was just something that I was meant to see in another way, from another perspective, and I was going to be blocked off from it if I had continued in the route that I was going. Something had to, there had to be a reason that I went from like an exponential growth, like I'm going crazy, straight linear, to like all of a sudden everything just like snaps off on its head and like flips upside down. Like something had to have happened. I don't know what happened, but I think it was because I was getting in that state of mind where I was like, I'm the ish, I guess. I guess, but it didn't feel like that's how I was feeling at the moment, but I guess it was. Looking at it from a third person point of view. But like I told you guys, man, it's definitely helped me mentally mature too. So maybe that's what I needed to see. Maybe I needed to be sat back down and like told like calm the fuck down, bro. So I think I was moving so fast in life and I was doing too much and that I hadn't seen enough to be at that place. Or maybe it was just a glimpse into the future. Maybe I don't know. I don't I don't know what it was. I don't know what the lesson behind it is. I don't know what life's reason was for doing what it did, but hey, I don't like I said, I speak in very like religious neutral terms on YouTube, but like take it how you want to, bro. I don't know what the point was, but I think it was just supposed to be showing me like what I was supposed to get or how it was supposed to go. And like I was doing something wrong, and like I said, I had to be sat back down brutally, like brutal sit down. Like I had to get sat the fuck down. It was like, yo, calm down, restart from zero, and try it again. So now I've chose to just say, you know what? You can keep it. I don't want it from that way. I want to take it another route and let's test around with that. Maybe the same thing will happen. We will try to not get it to happen that way, but maybe the same thing will happen. Maybe I'll get sat down again. Maybe it'll be worse than before. Who knows? Maybe it'll be even better than before. Maybe I will become a millionaire without even trying to be one, you know? So, like I said, I'ma just do me the way I know to do me without taking out or outward criticism. Because why the hell do I need to listen to you? I mean, I'm gonna take everything everybody says with a grain of salt. But when it comes to the people that are like, bro, you shouldn't live life this way, you shouldn't do this way, who are you to tell me how I'm supposed to live my life personally? So I'm doing what makes me happy at the end of the day. I'm doing everything that I can to set myself up for what I want to become in the future. So I'm going to continue to do what I can do for that person. You know what I mean? That's like me coming to you and saying, if you're a professional mechanic, me saying, bro, that oil don't work for that car. When you've done years of research and you know that oil works for that car. Now you're supposed to listen to me and watch your car blow up and you have to fix it while the other person just walks away and goes back home to their family. That doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, I'm rolling it the way I feel like rolling it. And if it blows up in my face, I'm going to have to deal with that. But I'm going to learn from that and I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to keep doing it. That's the one thing about me. You're not going to stop me regardless. I don't care who you are or what you try to do. Eventually, it's just a matter of time before I go back at it. Or I choose another route. There's a chance I choose another route, yeah. And like I said, you're just not going to stop me. Words simply aren't going to stop me. You're going to have to like do some crazy ish to stop me, bro. And that's real. And that's not even just pride. That's like me knowing me. Me me being so confident in my abilities that like you're not going to stop me. And when I set myself out to do something, bro, I know I'm going to do it. It's just a matter of time. So, like I said, man, I'm treating I'm treating life kind of like a relationship. It's kind I guess it's like a happy family now. I got me as my partner and then like me as my child, my inner child. You know what I mean? And feels like I'm kind of trying to talk to both at the same time. And then I've got future me. So like it's weird. I got like three polar opposites, or maybe they're all the one person, or maybe it's two people, future and present, or future, present, past. I'm present, future, past. I don't know. However you want to see it in some like whimsical light, but I don't know, bro. It's a lot to digest. Um, like I said, bro, as long as I know I'm doing the best I can, I don't have a problem with it. But I'm trying to enjoy the process for sure. Because I know the one regret people say is I didn't enjoy it or I rushed it or da da da. I'm not rushing jack diddly crap. I'm letting it slowly come to me. I'm trying to play it safe though. I'm trying to play it safe though. So, I don't want to be a little too crazy, but I'm playing it safe. I'm letting everything come to me and just trying to set myself up in the right way, not in a negative way. And that starts with me being mentally clear before anything. And that's something I believe also happened with my trading that caused me to fail. Me not being mentally focused, me being, or it started, oh my God, I was dumb as hell to get, bro. I'm telling you, for all the young men, bro, stay away from women, bro. Please, bro. Every big, like, mistake in my life has been from a woman, bro. I swear to God, bro. Every big mistake I have had, or every big pivotal moment in my life, negatively has been from a woman, bro. A woman, every single time. Every single time. Not one time has it been from another dude. Maybe the tax man, but like, bro, any direct impact has been from a girl. Stay away from women, bro. Please. If there's one thing you take, is stay away from the girls, bro. They can wait. They can wait. Wait till you get the money on it and then go back and no matter of fact, just fuck them, bro. Go gay or something, bro. Just stay the fuck away from them, bro. Because I can't even say that. Because I had money and I was messing with a girl and it caused me to lose all my money. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now, bro? It's dumb as hell, man. So I don't even know when you're supposed to do it. Or maybe it's the lesson is to choose carefully, possibly. I didn't even get to choose. Okay? I didn't get to choose. As a matter of fact, I declined. I declined. And I still got fucked. Like you can't dodge it, bro. It's just gonna hit you, bro. And I don't know, man. It definitely yeah, it definitely took the spark out of my heart for getting in a relationship anytime soon. So we're gonna have to wait till whenever for that, because I feel like it's like maybe it's only Western women, maybe it's only a certain type of women, but maybe it's just evil women. You ever thought of that? So I don't know, bro. Because like I said, it all flipped upside down and started with one person. That son of a bitch. Oh my God. I can't even be mad at him though. I can't even be mad at him. I can't hold no anger in my heart for nobody. I'll be real. Being angry at a situation that's past is like throwing sticks into an empty void and expecting something to change. It would literally be the definition of insanity. It doesn't make any sense. So, me waking up personally and saying, "Oh my God, I hate this person. I'm gonna make their life hell." They done moved on with their life, and you're still sitting on it. You're not going anywhere. And I was thinking about that earlier today when I was biking, bro. Oh my gosh, there was this dude from high school, absolute scumbag. And I was like, bro, if I ever saw him again, what would my reaction be? And obviously, as a dude, my first reaction was like, bro, I'll probably call him a bitch. Like, I'd say, bro, you ain't on shit, bro. Man. Get the fuck away from me. And then I thought about it and I was like, if I saw him, and I have seen him before, but if I saw him again, I'd probably just be like, what's up? I probably wouldn't even say anything to him, really. I just hit him with one of these. But I definitely couldn't harbor any hate, like pure hate. For somebody to have pure hatred for another person, do you know how insane that is? For you to really hate somebody, like you gotta have done some crazy crap, bro. For me to hate you, you would have to do something crazy, bro. Like insane. Like even the dude that got the refund out of me and all that stuff and all that, like I don't even hate that guy. Yeah, I was frustrated within the moment, and obviously with the past dude, I was frustrated in the moment. The guy in high school, but like nowadays, like that was the old you. I don't know what the new you is. I remember times back when I was like trying to talk to my ex, thinking that my ex was still the same girl that I like used to talk to. And the reason we broke up was for a completely different reason than like the relationship itself. It had something to do with like location and stuff like that. And she recently moved to a closer location than what she was and back to the area that we both used to live in. And she's like an hour drive away from me, right? She used to be like a few hour drive, like 20-hour drive away, but now she's like 1 hour away again. And I was thinking, I was like, yo, let me hit her up. Let's get the meeting up. Let's see what we can do. And this is back when I had my Tesla. And I don't know, bro. It's kind of depressing, but I don't know. Because people change. Like, Bryson Tiller said it best. Exes change, bro. People change in general. It's not even just that. But some people don't. So don't get that mistaken. People keep their core personalities. But when it comes to the way they think, I feel like that changes. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But it was depressing, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, it was kind of comforting because for the longest time, and now we're about to get into like relationships again, bro. Oh yeah. Once again, another huge moment in my life that was caused by a girl. Who would have thought? But for me to have known that the girl that I like at one point loved, like it was serious like that, like for me. At one point loved this girl, and for the reason that we broke up to happen, and then it completely shifted the reality of my life. Like, bro, so much changed because of that one moment, and it's insane. And it's scary as hell to me. Because if one decision can change your life like that, fuck, that's crazy as bro, that's crazy. What if you accidentally change something small, big even, and it just completely shifts your life for a different way? Like, and thankfully it shift my life for the better in my opinion, but deep ass conversation, bro. I'm not trying to get all up in that, but I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, for somebody like that I really loved, or that I thought that I loved at the time, I don't know. That's a conversation to have with the past more depressed me, and that put me through so much mentally. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh, but for me to have gone through something like that and to see, and I was so stuck up on her, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like 4 years after, literally into adulthood, like I think when I turned 19, I was still thinking about her. It didn't stop until, like I said, when I had my Tesla and I just like canceled plans with her and I just didn't show up, that I kind of just thought to myself, I was like, it's done, bro. Like, it's over. She's gone. Like, just leave that shit alone, bro. But for 4 years, bro, you know how long 4 years is to be thinking about somebody that you haven't seen? That's insane. It was like an everyday kind of thing, too, bro. Fuck. I was locked in, bro. It's crazy, man. Um, yeah, bro. It was shit. And it's kind of depressing, like I said, but it's kind of soothing at the same time for me, and I don't know how I feel about it. And I guess that's why I'm like questioning the situation, because I'm like, I really did like that girl. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, we broke up because of the reason we did. Yada yada yada. Went 4 years not knowing like what's going on. Like 4 years of regretting the situation, because I had to break it off of her, because I was like, I'm not gonna keep her. Okay, let me put it like this. I'm gonna go into depth. Okay, let me stop beating around the fucking bush. So, if you guys haven't watched my super old video, Who Am I, that I posted on my YouTube channel, basically, me and this girl in high school and at the end of middle school. So it was senior year of high school, coming out of senior year of middle school, I meant. And getting into freshman year. Freshman year, I was dating another girl, but I was still talking to this girl, or I was friends with her friend. And I saw her, she saw me. I guess we started talking, And I started playing soccer. She played for the same team. She was on the women's team. And yeah, my ex before her did some like weirdness, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut that off. I'm gonna just break that up. And me and her started talking almost immediately. It was before Valentine's Day that I broke up with my other girlfriend, and it was after Valentine's Day that I ended up talking with her. And I remember doing that because I was broke at the time and I didn't want to buy my girl no gifts, and she was already on some weirdness. So I was like, let me cut it off here so I don't have to deal with it. So, started talking to this girl, and yeah, we went and did a lot of stuff together. She was my first and last relationship that I've had, which is also weird. Like emotionally, I have not been available for any other relationships. I'll be honest. I'm not still stuck on her, but I'm still mentally so like ripped up, like so torn down that I'm like I don't even want to. Like I've come to the mental maturity of where I'm like I don't even want to hop into another relationship because I would be non-present. I would just not be there. I'll be real with you. And I couldn't do somebody else like that, so I've chose to put myself in a form of solitude because I don't want to put somebody else through that, especially another woman. And when I date for long term. And we dated for, what was that, a year, 2 years, something like that. And for children, obviously, that's a long ass time. That's like 20 years, bro. So we dated from freshman year pretty much to, I think that was year two. Yeah, the middle of year two. So in my sophomore year of high school, like the end of sophomore year, that's when COVID happened. COVID, the great shift. Oh my God. COVID happened. We were still dating. Like I said, I did everything with this girl. She was my first date. She was my, yeah, I mean, like everything. You can get the gist of what I'm talking about. Like everything. Um, yeah, she really took me out of my comfort zone. And I'm still the same kind of way now. Like, I don't like to do things. So I have to have somebody that's more extroverted than me. I'm an extrovert now. But back then, I mean, I was still an extrovert. I'm a shy extrovert. Let me put it like that. So I don't like to do things unless kind of forced. And if you nudge me a little bit, I'll be like, okay, let's do it. Like, I'm one of those kind of people. I'm not gonna, like, you can say, bro, let's go jump off this cliff. I'll say, I don't know about that one, Chief. But then you're gonna be like, bro, come on, bro, I'll do it with you, bro. And I'll be like, you do it first, I'll do it. And you be like, all right, baby, like, I'm one of them. So, like I said, she was one of the first people to kind of push me out of my comfort zone and put me in that state of mind of like, just do it for the lore. And she used to say F it, we ball. So that was kind of a lingo that I took from that, F it, we ball. And yeah, bro, COVID happened. School was out for a day. And I remember us being so hype in social studies, bro. And we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna be out for a day. We can go like play Fortnite and like go do things because we used to play games together. We used to watch anime together on FaceTime, sleep on like bro, all the little cute shit. Like we used to do that, bro. It was so tough. And I remember saying like, yeah, it's a day out of school, bro. We lit, yeah. And we went to the soccer field and we talked. And that was the last time we saw each other. Fuck. That was the last time we saw each other, bro. After school, at the soccer field, we talked while like playing with the ball. I don't remember if she was waiting on the bus or waiting to get picked up. I think her mom was gonna pick her up or her brother or something like that. And pretty much the rest of my memory gets a little fuzzy, but she ended up saying that she was gonna be moving to her dad, which he lived in New York at the time. So she was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna move to New York. And obviously I was like, yo, bro, I'm in Chattanooga. You're in New York. How is that gonna work? I was like, bro, I'm not doing that. And I told her, I was like, listen, I understand what you have to do. Like, I understand that you need to go there and it's like a better situation for you. So I'm gonna let you do that. But I don't want you to be like held down or like tied down in a relationship with you being out there. I want you to experience your life. And we were going through some like slight toxic stuff during the little like COVID breakup stuff before then, but I had the maturity enough to be like, and we both had maturity to say that and kind of like go on about it. But we were like, listen, you experience life, I experience life. We could still be cool. We tried to make it work, being like cool on games. We play Call of Duty every once in a while. That ended up falling apart because of the friend group she was with, and I didn't like them, and a whole lot of beef between yeah. It was a lot. But I chose it was, and that's when like the dark spot started in my life. Her and my closest friend at the time, they both kind of like blocked and ghosted me for months. And like I was having a what is it, like a dissociative disorder at the time, bro. Like I was having so many like mental battles with myself. It was bad, bro. I was having to deal with like anger problems and home. Plus, I was gonna have to deal with doing online school at the time. So I was doing online school. I was doing pretty bad in my classes. I had to deal with parents. Um, didn't have any friends, no social life, so I was just in a dark room all day, every day. Um, yeah, and I was making TikToks around that time too. I don't think I have them all up anymore, but there was a few of them. You can see like how my energy was kind of low, but it would come up sometimes, but it would be mostly low. Oh shoot, that hiccup hurt. But yeah, and I made a decision at one point after me and my dad got in an argument, like a big argument. He was like talking about kicking me out of the house and all that. I was like 17, 16. I think I was 17, like just had turned 17. He was talking about a whole lot because I didn't want to get the COVID shot or whatever. And I remember saying, yo, I'm gonna just move out. So moved back to my mom. Then we came to Murfreesboro. And yeah, life kind of got different from there. And on that little movement, or on that, like as time went on, I was still thinking about this girl, bro. So I would text her every once in a while, check in on her, we would talk, and then it would like last for a day, and then it would fall off. Maybe 2 days if I got lucky, and it would fall off. And yeah, like I said, within the beginning of this year, I got to talking to her. I was like, yo, let's set something up. You're close. I have a car. You know what I mean? Like, let's get back into communication and all that. And when I texted her like a week before, just trying to see, like, I was just trying to gauge where she was at with it. She said she was down for it and she was excited and all that. But I didn't talk about where we were going and how we were doing it. I was just like, hey, be ready. And we're gonna go do something on this day. And it was icy, so I was gonna take her like ice skating and all that shit. Like I had a W date planned. But it didn't end up going because I was trying to like feel like how she was feeling before the date. And I asked her like a random question. I'm like, hey, do you have a PS5 still or something like that? Because I was like, yo, let's game a little bit, get to know each other a little bit more and like kind of connect a little bit over that before we meet up. So I can like gauge like how she's matured over time. And she left that on scene. I was like, okay, that was left field as hell. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna force it. So I went ahead and just let that one go. And after that moment, I kind of thought to myself, I was like, bro, niggas changed, bro. I'm not even about to force it. I'm not even about to think about it. And then around this time, after that happened, was when I was already talking to old girl that ruined my life for a second time. And and this was around the time that the other girl was talking to me and was like, hey, I really like you. Give me, and I had already told her before, I was like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to get in no relationship with nobody. And I wasn't trying to get in a relationship with her either. I was like, listen, I'm not mentally locked into a relationship right now. And she said, okay, I understand that. Months later, we start talking, and she's like, yeah, I really like you, da 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 da. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm good. I'm cool off that. And she was kind of like, okay, cool. And yeah, a lot of weird stuff happened. I blocked her. She got mad. She started retaliating, a whole lot of stuff. And then, yeah, at the end of the day, she lied on me, got me fired. Like, so I mean, like I said, I can't really beef with her. It's cool. But the moral of that, right, is like I said earlier, a small change can really just pivot your entire life, bro. And it's so crazy. Because Ev's only fan, matter of fact, Evs was a nickname that she had made for me. Her nickname was Kid, like KID. My nickname was Evs, EVA, or EVS, which was my last name. And everybody that knows me nowadays calls me Evs, Cooper. Yeah, Evs or Cooper, or Mr. Evans. Those are my three names. Nobody else really calls me by my first name other than my family. Like, everybody that knew me through school, nobody actually knew my real name. Nobody besides teachers. And the occasional person that would hear my teacher call me by that name, if they didn't call me Mr. Evans. And I went 2 years in that school like that. And it was, my nickname was Cooper. Super cool. I didn't regret high school at all. I thought it was pretty cool. Both of my years in Murfreesboro was cool. And both of my years at Chattanooga was cool too. So I don't regret any of it. But I know that was a little bit of a rant. Not even a little bit, a big ass rant. But yeah, you guys just, and like I said, I don't regret any of it. Surprisingly, as bad as it went for some situations, I don't regret it. I think I played it out perfectly in all of the situations. There was some stuff I'd adjust, like little things, but I think I did pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie, to set myself up for success. But yeah, you guys just live your life how you want to live it, man. Yeah, I guess that's a message. Just live your life how you want to live it, bro. Don't let people hold you or hinder you from doing or being what you want to be. Cause like I tell people, it doesn't matter what everybody else's opinion is, because they're not going to have to live your life at the end of the day. When you go home, they're not coming with you, nigga. So it doesn't make any sense that you're trying to impress them. Nobody cares about what car you drive. They might care in the moment. They don't care after a month. I'm telling you from experience. Nobody cares how much money you make. They might care for the moment. They're not going to care in a month. Guess how I know? Experience. Like, these things that we think matter don't matter. The things that you think don't matter fucking matter, man. And a lot at that. There's a lot of things that you kind of just say, it is what it is, that end up mattering more than the thing that you were chasing all along. So that's why I'm focused more on, in my life, focused more on building connections, building relationships, and building a future more than I am, or not building a future, or I mean, yeah, that too, but enjoying life mostly. Pretty much, to sum everything up, just enjoying life while experiencing as much as I can. Because, bro, when my youth leaves me, bro, I don't want to be one of them older people that are like, man, I wish back in my day that I was able to do this, that third. Man, I had to worry about damn bills all the time, man. No, what the hell? No, why would I want to do that? And it's these same people that are giving me and you, us, we, advice. And you're listening to it like a fool. Yeah, they've lived life, and yeah, they know a few things. But I'll be damned if I take your advice over my advice. Yeah, you might say I'm gonna end up like you. Well, I'm gonna do the exact opposite of what the hell you're trying to tell me to do. Because I guarantee you, it'll send me in a different place than what you're in. I know that for a fact. So, like I said, don't listen to people that are living a life that you don't want to live, nigga. It's easy. What are we listening to? If some dude in pointy freaking horns painted red with a tail came to you and said, hey, bruh, I heard that new Hellcat crazy, twin. I just bought me one last week, crashed it, now I'm in jail. Why the hell would you do the exact same thing that he just said? What are you, a fool? Like you might as well paint the makeup on your face now. Get you a red fucking clown nose, bro, and some shoes. I got some red flip-flops in my closet. Like, what are you talking about? And there's a lot of people walking around with a clown mask on. that'll say they got your best interest at heart. Nigga, they don't care about what you got going on. And like I said, niggas are going to forget. Those people that I used to work with at Walmart, you think they think on a daily basis, I wonder what Shenard is doing. I wonder what that guy is doing. Maybe I should give him a call. Not once, nigga. And they're living a life that I already left. And in my opinion, I'm doing better. Maybe not financially, but it takes time. That's okay. It's a journey, not a race. If it was a race, I'd have been there by now. Nigga, like what the... You're not making any sense to me right now, okay? You're about to piss me off, all right? I'm saying all these things and you're just shaking your head. You gotta answer me back. I need feedback, okay? You see what I'm talking about? Like, so bro, just stop being slow, okay? Make sure that you're thinking about what you want to do. It's simple. If somebody gives you two decisions, which one are you feeling more? Maybe if you're in the middle with both of them, you can ask for some feedback on somebody else's opinion. Maybe. But at the end of the day, it's an option. But it's your choice that matters. There's so many people out here that wish they could have lived their life. And I know some people that are moving in the direction of where they're living what other people are telling them. And they're going to get to a certain place in their life or where they're going to turn around maybe 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, maybe tomorrow. And they're going to sit down and have their hands like this while they're at their office job or they're getting yelled at by their boss or they just like got a salary cut or they just got laid off of work and they want to kill themselves because they're thinking to themselves, oh my God, I've wasted 50 years of my life because I listened to somebody else. And you want to know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be in a damn rice farm. In my damn Shinobi house or whatever it's called. Like, what are you talking about? With my wife cooking me food. In a whole nother country. Because I'm not listening to what the hell they had to say. Come on, bro. It's this stuff that I get passionate about, bro. And I gave this exact same speech to a girl. We're still friends to this day. But I gave this same exact speech to a girl that I used to work with. And I was like, listen. Because she was saying, I don't know what I want to do in my life. My parents keep telling me to go to college. I don't really want to go. But like this, that, and third. And I was like, listen. We're going to sit down and have a talk. She was like, what? I don't want to have a... I said, we're going to sit down and have a talk. And you're going to consent to the talk. She said, okay, let's go. We spoke for about 2 hours. And I asked her, I was like, basically what I asked her is, what do you want to do? I don't know. Or I say, what do you want to do? She said, I want to do this, this, and that. And I say, why don't you go do it? And people get stun locked. Like, that's like me throwing a freeze ray at them and saying, ka-chow! Like, I don't know what it is. But you ask somebody what they want to do, and their brain just, like, freezes and times out. How do you not know that? Is that not the purpose of living? You just live for somebody else's dream all day? Like, that's what you do? Okay, you do you, bro. Me personally, you ask me what I want to do, and I'm going to give you how long we've been doing this? 58-minute long speech off the top of the dome piece with no writing. So I asked her, what does she want to do? I can't remember what she said. I think she said she didn't know what she wanted to do. And I said, what you're currently about to do is what I just explained to you guys, which was you're going to spend 4 years of your life or more through college. Here's exactly how it's going to go. You're going to spend 4 years or more in college. You're going to get depressed. You're going to be doing hella homework. You're going to maybe make a few connections and friends, but you're probably introverted, so you're not going to talk to many people. You're going to make a few meaningless relationships or meaningful relationships. You're going to waste a lot of your time. You're going to work a 9 to 5 that you don't like. You're going to make transportation decisions that you don't want to make. You're going to make financial decisions you don't want to make. You're going to pay taxes and rent on things that you don't want to pay on. You're going to live in a city that you were living in for the past 50 years of your life. You're going to get this job that you think that you've idolized over years, that you've been working for the past 4 years to get. You're going to get that job and you're going to work it for a year, maybe 2, maybe 20. You're going to go through the corporate ladder, is what you thought, but you're going to stay in the same damn position, or maybe you will go up. And at the end of it all, you're going to have this like premonition. You're just going to randomly, I'm telling you, it's just going to hit you random as hell. You might be making like You might be handing paperwork to somebody else, and you're just gonna get like, if you've ever seen like Jimmy Neutron, where he'll do something and then it'll like, and like his brain will, and his brain will just like show inside his head, and then he'll like snap out of body, and it'll be on some like, what's his name? Oh my gosh, Doctor Strange type ish, where it's like an out of body palm strike to the chest, you fly out of your body kind of experience, where you're flying in the air and you're touching butterflies. You're gonna think to yourself, oh my God. Like, you're gonna think all that stuff and you're gonna snap back to your body. You're gonna go, oh my God. What did I just do with the past 30 years of my life? And you're gonna say, oh my God. You're gonna go back to your corporate desk where all you hear is the sound of clicking keyboards and all you see is a cubicle, and you just hear, and you're gonna be thinking, you're like, for 20 years of my life, and you're just still standing there, you're like, for 20 years of my life, I wasted it all. I'm 46. I don't have a life. I hate my wife. I don't even have children. I eat TV dinners. I pay taxes on all my money. Oh, I drive a Toyota Prius that's about to break down. I have a second job at a pizza place. And I have 2 cats that I don't even like. What did I do with my life? My 20s was just spent at college. I didn't even enjoy it. What am I going to do? You're going to have that thought. Your boss is going to turn the corner. Jimmy, get back to work. Yes, sir. You're going to type away. Your job is going to end. The day is going to end. It's now 5 p.m. at night, 6 p.m. at night. You're in rush hour traffic. You spend another hour in traffic, or 2. You get home at 7 to 8 p.m. You get home, you're tired, you take off your tie, you kick your shoes off, you start walking. The second you touch the carpet into your house that you pay for a mortgage on your house that you don't even like, it's falling apart. Your wife doesn't clean. You get home. Honey, I'm home. You try to go for a beer. You don't have any left. Oh, you're expecting food. Your wife didn't cook. You say, honey, I'm home. She immediately comes out of the room that you guys share. It's a 1-bedroom house. Oh my God. She comes out of the room that you guys share. Jim, didn't I tell you to stop putting your socks on the floor? Why didn't you clean the room before you left? She sounds like your mother. Oh my God. Yo. You start unbuttoning your shirt. Everything she says, she goes, and starts fading off, and you just can't hear it anymore until it turns into a ringing sound. You sit on the couch. You just plop down. Your shirt's unbuttoned. You didn't even take off your socks or any of that. You just straight sit down on the couch. You're like this. You're still thinking about earlier today when you had that flashback. Think of how young and youthful you were. And you're sitting there and you're like, bro, I could have explored the world. You start speaking out loud to your wife. You say, Carol, I had a thought when I was at work. And I was 20 again. And I had all the freedom in the world. And I had a decision to make. And I didn't make it. I let somebody else make it for me. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But at this time, in my vision, I decided to actually do something with my life. And I decided to take my own life into my own hands. So I went and I got a job and I put that money into a business and I built that business and I explored the world. Through my 20s, all the way into my 30s, I just spent time enjoying other cultures and countries. And as you're mumbling and talking to her out loud, she cuts you off and she says, "Did you not hear a damn thing that I said?" And you stop your sentence as she keeps arguing with you and just bantering in your ears, screaming. And you realize that you're too tired to even argue with her. So you grab the remote, you turn the TV on, and you fall asleep with the remote in your hand, like these. After about an hour, once she leaves you alone, you wake up the next day. Your alarm's going off. Take a shower, brush your teeth, get in rush hour traffic. You're back to work. The cycle continues. That's how a lot of your guys' lives are going to go. Maybe in varying formats, 6, 7, like maybe it'll be a little different. But me personally, I had that same mental snap when I was in my car. I swear, right hand on the Bible, bro. I don't remember the exact reason I went. I think I had a speech for my next class after writing a paper, a 5-page paper in my English class. Second week of college, by the way. I was writing a big paper off of a new format of typing that I had just learned in that class. Wrote a 5-page paper, came out of that class. Within the next 30 minutes, I think I had a speech to do, which I hate doing speeches. I'll be real. I can do one, I just hate doing them. I had a speech that I had to do within, I think, 30 minutes to an hour, right? So I had to break. And at this time, me and my mom were getting into it because of something, and she was saying how I had to, move out or something, right? So I had to go outside of that. Once I came out of that room, I went downstairs, and I went to the side of the building, and I remember calling the UTC, which is Chattanooga University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. I called them and I was like, "Hey, can I speak to da-da-da-da? I'm trying to see if I can get enrolled for a semester there because I was going to move back to Chattanooga." And once I got on the phone with the dude that runs Chattanooga, he runs Chat State, he basically told me, he was like, "Unfortunately, you missed the deadline by a day." I was like, "Oh my God." He said, "So you won't be able to be enrolled. You'll have to do a complete semester at where you're at now, and you will have to come back on the next semester, and we will transfer all your scholarships and everything over to us. And your grades and everything will be transferred." Because they were saying that if I were to get enrolled now, classes have already started, I would have to restart that, da-da-da-da. So I was like, okay, cool. So I told him, I was like, "Okay, don't worry about it. I appreciate that." Hung up, called my dad, talked to my dad for a bit, because I was telling him, I was like, "Hey, if I had to move over there, can I do that? Da-da-da-da." He was like, yeah, cool. Got off the phone, went to my car. At this time, I was like, okay, bro, whatever. So I was looking at the assignment, or I had a notification from the college app that I use or whatever. And it was saying that for my next period class after the speech one, which was like a 2-minute break in between the classes or 10-minute break in between the classes, I was missing one assignment where I looked at it and it said an assignment is due, and I didn't even know what the hell the assignment was. I also had an online class that I forgot I even had. I had a lot of assignments done for that class. So I sat in my car and I damn near had a mental breakdown. I sat in the car. It was hot as hell in that car. I remember exactly because I had a white polo on. I unbuttoned that mug and I sat down and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. So I called my cousin and I was like, "Yo, bro, how's college going?" He was like, "It's going solid. How about you?" I said, "Bro, I don't know what I'm going to do." I said, "Bro, it's getting stressful, dude." Now, he went to school for culinary, so culinary students don't really have to do much. They had to learn English and culinary, that's it. So he didn't know what I was going through. I'm an engineer major, okay? It's just starting. It's just begun. So I was telling him, I was like, "Yo, bro, this is basically my current situation." He was like, "Damn, bro, I don't even know what to say." And I was like, "Yeah, all cool." And I hung up and I sat in that car. Time felt like it was only 1 minute. I swear on everything, it felt like only 1 minute passed. I looked at my phone and 40 minutes had passed. 40 minutes had passed. I was in a psychosis state. Like, I genuinely, time was skipping in my head. Like I said, it was hot in the car. I didn't feel anything. I was just sitting there like this for an hour straight. I don't even think I blinked. It was that bad. That's how bad like my mental state was. Like, I was panicked. At this time I had started trading and all that. And I was like, I genuinely sat down and I was having a mental conversation with myself. I was like, is this genuinely what I want to do? Is this what I want to do? That's what I kept asking myself. I was like, am I willing to keep going with this? Is this what I want to do? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, what is my only what is my option? I was like, I could drop out. I was like, but that's the last resort. I could do it, or I could just thug it out. Thug it out another semester. I knew I couldn't do it. And so it was between those two. Thug it out another semester, go to UTC, change my life, keep doing the engineering stuff for the next 3 to 4 years of my life, and then start engineering, making guaranteed $100,000, right? Or plan B, drop out of college with no plan for real. I mean, I had a rough draft of a plan, but it wasn't like a firm plan. So I was like, A or B. With plan B, you're going to get scrutinized. People are going to you don't know how it's going to end. You could just get kicked out. I was so prepared. Bro, the drive back home, I was mentally preparing myself to get kicked out of home. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to go to a Motel 6. I'm going to have to make it work for about a week. And I'm going to get something figured out, or I'm going to have to go to my dad's, pay some rent, get it figured out, do what I got to do. I was so ready for it. I was so ready. And I had some money tucked away, so I was ready. I was ready as hell. I was like, let's do it. I was like, bring it to me. But I was nervous as hell. I ain't gonna lie. So I was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop out. Like I said, it was my last result. So I called my school. Matter of fact, I was within walking distance of the place I called, but I was like, hey, if a student was thinking about dropping out, how long did they have to do it? They said, today is the last day. Ooh, they said today was the last day to drop out, bro. Boy, dude, that sent me, bro. I sat in the car another 5 minutes talking myself into doing it. I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to drop out today. Like, it has to be done. As bad as I want to see it through, I was like, it has to be done. So I went into the office and I said, yeah, I'd like to drop out. The women looked at me so starstruck. They were like, what? I said, I want to drop my classes. Like, unenroll me from everything. Now. I said, like, you guys could do that, right? They said, yeah, but you're in a lot of accelerated classes. Are you sure you want to do that? You'll lose your sponsorships and your scholarships and all that. I was like, Brody, I know that. Unenroll me now. I said, get it done now. Because if I didn't do it that day, within the next 5 hours, I literally wouldn't have been able to do it. And I'd have to keep continuing that semester. And at that point, you might as well see it all the way through, my boy. So I would have probably done another 2 years minimum. And, yeah, like I said, the drive back home was crazy, bro. And it all comes back to that one moment where I had that moment where I just out of body experience. I was just thinking to myself in that car for apparently 45 minutes, which felt like a second. And I was like, yeah, I gotta do this. I was like, I'm not gonna. It was like, take that risk, Mr. Take that risk, or play it safe. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, bro. This is a long video, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna take forever to upload, but I gotta go pee. I love you guys. Make sure to make critical decisions, man. I love you guys, and I'll check y'all later, bro. Peace.